All right, I wanted to give you guys an update between myself and Apple with my iPhone 15 Pro Max. Now, I've done videos on here on why I retired this phone and why my primary phone right now is the OnePlus 12 and the S24 Ultra. Now, here's the thing. The iPhone is still an iPhone. It's a great phone. I'm not. A lot of Apple people were like, "Oh, he's just hating because he's pro Android," and then they go back and they go, "Oh, wait a minute. This guy has literally bought every single iPhone from the beginning of time. Yep, all of them, every single one. So definitely not a hater. Use them extensively, especially with editing. And granted, I've transitioned from a MacBook to a gaming laptop because I want to do more 8K editing. And the 40, what is it, RTX, GTX 40, 50, uh, you know, GPU. Damn, my brain's not working. With DaVinci has handled 8K for me better than Final Cut was with an M3 or M2 chip in a MacBook Air or MacBook Pro. I'm not saying the Mac isn't still great. I just transitioned from that. Being able to use all of the iMessage features on any Android I want now by just literally setting up one of my old MacBooks as a server using Blue Bubbles. I didn't have as much reason to use this. And when the Apple Store caused an issue, and I published videos on this if you guys want to go see it, while I retired the phone, was because Apple basically disabled my ability to download free apps, update my apps. I can't even sign into the App Store with an iCloud account that I've had for, I don't know, 12 years. Now, I still was able to access my photos. I can still use iMessage, just can't purchase anything. Can't expand my iCloud storage, even though I'm way over the limit. More on that. I've already migrated all of my stuff, so I really don't care about the iCloud crap. It's just such a royal pain in the ass that Apple did an update after me posting the videos and you guys sharing it, and it didn't go viral by any means. It got a few thousand views. It didn't go crazy. I got somebody to reach out from Apple and explain to me the issue of what happened. The person that I ended up speaking to, who was a supervisor or whatever at Apple, explained to me what happened anyway. And an ex-girlfriend I had from a few years ago, 7 years ago, I shared my Apple Music with them back then, or I think it was iTunes, whatever the hell they called it. And they ended up purchasing an iPhone at an Apple store back when the iPhone 13 Pro Max came out, so a couple of years ago, and then initiated a chargeback on their phone. It has nothing to do with me. It's not tied to my iCloud account. They did this in like Ohio or some shit. It has nothing to do with me, okay? But Apple has this new thing in place. If you've ever shared any product, and I mean Apple TV, you share storage with somebody because they have the family stuff now. If you've ever done that, shared, and that was my problem, is I shared my music that I had downloaded or profile with my ex, and it allowed them to tie my account to her account, which they blocked. Yeah, you can hear her laughing now, because of her initiating a chargeback on an iPhone. Now, that shouldn't affect me, and Apple should be way more transparent about the issue. It shouldn't have had to got escalated to this point where somebody at Cupertino reaches out via email and says, yeah, this is where the issue came in. We can see you have nothing to do with that. And I was like, this is like, I haven't associated with this person in like 7 years. They don't even have access to, like, they haven't had access to the files, the music, or any of that since like 2017. What the F is going on here, right? So Apple did restore my iCloud account and my Apple App Store account. That said, the same way I am about Google, and Google will also share your information. If any government agency ever asks for your Google data, they don't even contest it. They'll let you know, but they won't contest it. They just give it up. So for me, these major tech companies like Google and Apple, I'm good. Now you can say, well, you use Google, you use Google. Actually, I don't. I've learned that I can have my own storage and I can upload my photos when I take them from my phones to my own storage. It has nothing to do with the cloud and nobody has to have access to it. So I've gone ahead and set that up on my own. Now, it's inconvenience. I don't do anything wrong. I don't care if anybody's looking at my emails. I don't care if anybody's looking at my photos. Yeah, I don't either. That's why moving forward, I'm buying different devices from Xiaomi that are not offered here in the US. I will buy Huawei devices that are not offered here in the US as my primary phones. You know, I'm always going to have the S24s. I'm probably going to buy iPhones. I know I said I won't buy this next generation, and I probably won't. But I'll probably have iPhones in the future if they ever come out with a folding iPhone or something. I'm at a point now where my security and my privacy is important to me. I know you're going to say, oh, he's just getting old. He's just getting old. He's the old man saying, get off my lawn. Maybe that is me. I don't care. But for me personally, it's literally about, I don't need somebody from DC that may not have the same beliefs that I have to see something that's in, my email with somebody that I may be corresponding with. They say, hey, why is this guy volunteering on RFK Jr.'s campaign? We don't like that. Put that guy in jail. Whatever. Or not even him. Why is that guy on Biden's campaign? Why is that guy on Trump's campaign? I'm not doing that. My business, my life is my life. I don't need somebody from Washington, D.C. or your state capital to be digging into my shit. It's not their business. I mean, they're more than welcome to look at all the cheeks that get clapped in my photos. It's happened before. But it is what it is, man. I mean, I know so they're going to say, are you going to sell your iPhone now? You're getting rid of it? Or you're going to, I'll probably keep it as a backup. I do travel occasionally, and, when I have this, little tripod case, if I need an extra camera because my camera dies, and I'm editing on the MacBook Air when I'm traveling, then probably I bring the iPhone and I use the iPhone as a secondary camera. But for me, I really feel like the OnePlus 12 is good for me right now as the primary, probably for the next, 6 months to maybe even a year, which is a long time for me to hold a cell phone. But that said, I normally don't keep an iPhone that long. I usually keep these for a few months, and then I go to the next foldable or the next device, and I've had this one since launch. So it is what it is, man. I appreciate Apple fixing that issue. It's just, for me, if it can just happen and it's that arbitrary and there's no way to get in contact with anybody to fix it, and it's not something that you personally did, I just don't want to support a company that does shit like that. I'm sorry. Some of you guys may not like it, and you don't have to like it. Don't be here. Go watch somebody else's channel. I'm just not going to do a bunch of Apple stuff. I just can't do it. I'm going to be doing probably a lot of security-focused stuff. We'll probably be looking at a lot of Chinese phones. And the reason being, and I just want to clue you in on this before we leave. There's a reason that Huawei phones aren't offered here in the U.S. and why they were blacklisted and banned. It is not because the CCP, the Chinese government, has input on what Huawei does and could get that data. If that was the case, TikTok would already be banned. I know that there's legislation to do it now, but they would have been long gone, because guess who else has access to all of that TikTok data? The CCP, because ByteDance is operated in China. That's part of the reason they're trying to get TikTok banned. Huawei just refused when the United States government asked for that backdoor into their software and hardware. They said no. Plain and simple. That's it. You don't see that with Oppo or even Xiaomi, for that matter, or some of the other companies, because they give that access. Just like Samsung does, and even Apple. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. And stay petty, my friends.